Hey team, Will Schneider here, Elite Martial Arts in Kentucky. Doing the video, just got home, and this is something I thought you guys would find kind of interesting. I talked to some friends of mine about this, um, and I think it's pretty cool. I actually did a write-up for this at a round table I did recently in Dallas, Texas, and this I'm gonna try to keep this one kind of short, but I think you'll like it. Anyway, it's called the Multi Dojos Pros, Cons, and Tips. Okay, and I'm gonna buzz through as quick as I can. But I know a lot of people have the urge right now to open up multiple schools. I have three. I want to open up to 10. 10's my goal. But I got some thoughts on that, and some of these thoughts that um, for people that maybe already have multiple schools or people that are thinking about doing it. Okay, let's go over the pros of it first. Okay, number one, the pros obviously is more revenue streams. Okay, number two, more total revenue. Right. Number three, jobs for your team. Number four, you get to control your area. You get to kind of lock it down. I know my buddy Terrence Evans in Charlotte, King Tiger, they got like 5 or 6 locations now. That's a pretty good locking it down area there. Next one, advertising is cheaper because you have dominance. As I said with them, you get more bang for your buck. Next one, you can spread your mission and your objective. And the last last pro I have on here, and there's many more, is your ego. You know, we all have a healthy ego. I know I do. Now, a lot of times when I see a peer of mine or someone really kicking butt, that motivates me. I'm not hating on them. I'm not like, like that. Instead, I'm like, you know what? I can do that. You know, as my buddy Dan Hart says, if you can do it, I can do it. And that may or may not always be the case, right? But at least I think I can, right? All right. So I call it, at my last one, I put on there, your ego / legacy / pimp status, right? I mean, you call it whatever you want, but it's just something of fulfillment, be able to do all those things. All right, now let's go over the cons, okay? And the cons are actually longer. Number one, more overhead, okay? Number two, more people to manage and hire and fire. Oh, yeah. Number three, more exposure and liability and everything. Next one, harder for brand consistency, okay? Because, you're trying to duplicate yourself. Next one, more staff training. Next one, systems required, less winging it. I know a lot of guys who make a very handsome living, very nice living, and they kind of wing their business. It's a hobby business, and they do very well, and they're happy with that. I will say this, when I went to number three, now I've had to really dial in my business on my systems. All right, next one, hobby or fun turns into high stakes business. Okay, next one, better love studying numbers and knowing your numbers. I study my numbers a lot more now than I ever thought I would. All right, next one, must be duplicatable. Can't just be, it works, this is how you do it. Okay, the next one is you can only be at one place at once. You can't clone yourself. And the last one, more stress. All right. So let me go over some tips with you. And again, I'm looking at my notes here, so that way I'm kind of organized and not just, making it up. So some tips for you. Run your own race instead of keeping up with the Joneses. Okay, a lot of people are like, oh, I want multiple locations. Why? Because maybe somebody else did. All right. So run your own race. Okay, next one, you can make more money at your first location first. That's what I would recommend you do. I know guys that are in gold mines, great markets, and man, if they can just add another 5 or 10 grand a month to their bottom line, their overhead stays the same. That goes right in their pocket or their family or their staff or whatever. Okay, next one, number 3. I'm going to say this with love, but if you're nearing 60 years old, what's your exit plan? Okay, maybe it's the best to buy your building and have that as an asset to sell. Okay, and we could do a whole thing on trying to sell your dojo another time. Next one, don't think about it until you fire yourself first from your current location. So if you are on the mats and teaching all the time at your current location, you have no business opening another location until you are off the mats. Okay, yeah. All right, next one, know how much money you want to make first. And we could talk about this in more detail later as well. But, I talked to a friend of mine recently in Kentucky. He's going to try to open another school. And I says to him, buddy, you still got a chance to dominate your current area. Dominate that one first. And I said, how much money you want to make off this second location anyway? He kind of gave me a dollar amount. I said, buddy, you're talking about only adding a few more people to your current location, less headache, less stress, and problem, you got that solved. And you can still dominate your own area. All right, next one. Maybe do it as an affiliate for like test fees, memberships like dues for your organization or seminars, instead of actually owning it. It's less stress of being an owner, and you let somebody else deal with all those headaches, right? There's a reason why all the associations have affiliates. There's a reason why a lot of franchises are either corporate owned or they're owned by the franchisor or franchisee. I always get backwards. Anyway, there's a reason why they do it that way. All right, the next one. Get very low overhead if you're going to do another location because it's not you and it doesn't have your current location reputation yet. I know right now in Elite 3, we're building our reputation. I'm so used to being in Madison County to where everyone kind of knows what we do. All right, next one. Have more money than you thought you need on hand to build it and keep it afloat until it cash flows. Amen. Next one. Always build your bench and always be hiring. Even right now, we're putting out hiring ads. Who knows? I may have Chuck Norris walk in the door. Or the next location instructor, right? Okay, next one. Be ready to replace your head instructor at the new location. Oh my goodness, did I say that? Yeah, it might be too much on them and your budget may not be there yet. So maybe you're cool with bleeding and waiting and this and that, but maybe they're not, or maybe they're a good instructor, but not a good manager or vice versa. Okay, be ready to market very heavily. Right now, I'm going to start investing more in marketing. And then also, if you're going to follow people who are multi-school owners. I still like to hear what one mega school guy has done, but in my shoes now, I'm kind of looking to see, all right, what's working, duplicatable, and scalable. And the last thing I have is simplify everything because you're not the only one pushing the buttons anymore. All right, guys, hope you enjoy it. Reach out anytime, and I will see you soon. Bye.